Why would God make people gay in the first place?
Well, of course I would say it comes from God. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't be Christian.
Why would God make people gay
Well,
if he didn't want them to engage in gay sex?
all people have proclivities or towards different sins, different things that we would call sins.
Yeah, but if that's like their fundamental attractiveness, they're attracted fundamentally to other men, or other women. Why? It seems like something that God gave them. Like, why would God give you an attractiveness, or why would you be attracted to the same sex if that was morally reprehensible, if that was against God's will? Why would he instill that lust,
so what we
and
have
that
here
desire, and that feeling of
we
being
have to
attracted, and
understand.
feeling of being in love with?
Bear with me a second here.
Towards different.
We have to understand. In the Bible, let's pull it up right here. In the Bible, in Romans chapter 5, verse 12, it says, "Therefore, just as sin entered the world through one man, and death through sin, and in this way death came to all people because all had sinned." So here's the deal. People say, well, why did God create a person like this? First of all, you have gay people, you have murderers, you have child molesters, you have all kinds of people. The Bible clearly says in Romans 5 that sin came into the world through Adam. After Adam disobeyed God, then sin came through the one man. So therefore, every human being that exists in this world, no matter who you are, if you're trying to be right, you still have a proclivity to sin, because the Bible says that we all have sinned and fallen short. That's what the scriptures say. So let's not just single it out, why God allowed this, why God allowed that. We have to understand this, that everyone who is born of a sin condition has the propensity to sin. You have to understand, in Revelation chapter 12, it talks about that the devil and his angels were hurled down to the earth. And the Bible says, woe to the earth. So these demonic influences are influencing people to sin. These demonic influences are influencing people to be the way that they are. But God, when he comes back, he's going to correct all of that. Our point is not to be trying to figure out everything. Our point is to try to understand what God's plan, purpose, and will for our lives are, and continue to do that. Because the Bible says when Jesus comes back, people are going to say, Lord, Lord, didn't I cast out demons in thy name? Didn't I prophesy in thy name? Jesus is going to tell them, depart from me, I never knew you. So even though people have a proclivity to sin, even though people are a certain way, even though people exhibit certain behaviors, they have an opportunity to come through Christ by believing that God sent his only begotten Son to the cross to die for their sin. So it's just like the Apostle Paul. He was a mass murderer, persecuting God's people. But here's the deal. Paul, the Apostle Paul, thought that he was doing God's work. In essence, 2 Corinthians 4:4 tells us the God of this world has blinded the minds. So the God of this world is doing a lot of damage in human beings, but we're thinking it is Jesus. We're thinking it's Jesus doing the wrong when it's the devil doing the wrong. In John 10:10, it says that the enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy. So why, when the enemy has come to kill, steal, and destroy, why are we putting it on Jesus? So the whole point of this is that because a person is a certain way, doesn't necessarily mean that Jesus made them that way. does not necessarily mean that Jesus made them that way. Because we all were made with the propensity to do evil, to do wrong. But it seems like in this situation, we're singling out one wrong. We're singling out one wrong. And that's what I have to say on that.